The Canadian Taxpayers Federation is calling out the Trudeau government for a failed bid to get countries around the world to impose carbon taxes like we have here in Canada. Now, to chat about this in more detail is the federal director of the CTF, Franco Terrazzanno, who joins us from Ottawa. Franco, the feds also spent a lot of taxpayer money promoting a federal carbon tax as well?
Well, the federal government is spending $1.7 million trying to get other countries to impose the carbon tax. Now, the carbon tax is a complete failure, but so is this program. It's a big waste of money because here is the matter of fact. About 70% of countries do not have a national carbon tax. About 70% of countries do not have a national carbon tax. And that also includes like 3 of the 4 world's largest emitters, like the United States, Russia, and India. They do not have carbon taxes. So, I mean, all you have to do to know that this is a complete waste of money and an utter failure is just look south of the border to the United States and their unwillingness to impose a carbon tax there. And I mean, like, if you can't even get our biggest trading partner and ally to impose a carbon tax, then why are you spending all this money, wasting all this money trying to get other countries to impose this devastating tax?
So from your research, Franco, how successful has the carbon tax been here in Canada for helping to really cut down on emissions?
Not successful at all. I mean, about 70% of countries do not have a national carbon tax, right? So all that the carbon tax in Canada is doing is making the necessities of life more expensive. So look, like, this is bad news for Canadian taxpayers, right? Because you're paying a carbon tax here, making the necessities of life more expensive. Then you're paying about 200 million tax dollars for the bureaucrats to administer the carbon tax in Canada. And now it turns out you're also paying about $1.7 million for the Trudeau government to try to get other countries to impose this failing and very hurtful carbon tax in those other countries.
Thanks so much for your time today, Franco. That was the federal director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, Franco Terrazzanno, joining us from Ottawa.